Hello, hello. Just lining up my shot here. I don't know if I had any music then or not. This is the next background layer I've got, so gonna give it, this is 11 and 12, is it 11 and 12? I've lost count anyway, so this is kind of a rough sketch I've done. There's gonna be some stuff going on in the foreground here with Elijah and Crumpet over by the tree with the ladder. Now what I'm going to do is, so I've got my sketchy layer, going to bring that right down, give me a bit of a guide for what I'm doing over top on my layers 2 and 3 here. Now I'm just building the kind of internal structure of this tree a bit. And then I'm going to put some foliage and stuff like that on afterwards. Let's see how that goes. So the little intro I had music on it, but I didn't hear the music, so I'm not sure if there was music. But I suppose I'll see on the playback. That's this thing with live, isn't it? I'm never quite sure what you're going to get. So I've got one coming straight out of there. So the internal structure of a tree at this stage looks pretty ugly. But once we put the leaves on top of that, it'll start to take shape. Hope so, anyway. See how it goes. So as I was saying to the viewer watching, not seeing any comments come up yet. So if you are watching, please feel free to comment, just so I can make sure that comments are working. So this is the background. I've got my light sketch behind. I'm going to build out a tree here. As per usual on these sketchy lives, I'll be drawing just as long as daughters permit. We're in the living in a bus, and when the kids wake up, that's pretty much it for the live stream. So that's going to be the basic structure of a tree. Oops. Tendency is to, hey Sebastian, how you doing? Juliet, and you were there tonight. That's cool. Hi Juliet. I'm in our bus Millie, and girls are asleep in the back, and so whenever they wake up and start crying, it's usually the time the live stream ends. So I've made a bit of a big job for myself tonight. I've here, house over there, with some action happening with the ladder here. I put a lawnmower in as a reference to, you know, my lawn mowing days. So there's going to be a bit of a rescuing going on in the tree over here. So this layer is all about the outline, and once the outline's done, I'll then move the outline across to my colouring in thing. So that way I've got kind of like a colouring in page version of it, a line art version of the art, and the coloured version. So I'll see how we go. Got the comments up on screen tonight as well. So need to mind your language. It's a kids friendly drawing stream. Let's try and get these a bit more stylistic. Hello Sebastian, hey, and if you guys are interested in seeing what we're doing on our bus, we've got, I've got to get it so you can see it, our bus Millie on Instagram, and you can check out what we're up to on our bus. We've been documenting the whole thing. We were half contemplating, you know, doing one of those YouTube type vlogs, but I don't think it was for us. But we're getting there. We've got our kitchen mostly made, though we've got no water tanks yet. And you know, no electricity, but we'll get there. Okay, I'll have a look. Love to know where it's heading. Yeah. Well, we're pretty stationary at the moment. But, you know. Oh yes, I better layer this. Rename that one. New layer. I think my technique is going to be, I'll do all the uprights of the house, and then I'll come along and do all the horizontals, and that way I can tidy up a lot easier. So how's things in the hills? I bet you've got your fire cranking tonight. Got to freezing here last night. Non-stop fire burning 24/7. It gets a bit like that. I remember when we were in Nan, we'd pretty much go straight from burning the fire to putting on the air conditioner, like it would be fire one night, air conditioner the next night. So I feel like I'm a bit slow tonight. I've problem of doing a live stream at the end of the day. It's pretty dependent on a few things. The kids have worn me down today. They've finally won today. How many kilometres has the bus done? The bus has done 53,000 kilometres, which is pretty amazing considering it's 1988 bus. It was used in the Riverland, in Mildura, hence why our bus is called Millie. It's got Mildura written on the side of it. So you know, we had to give it a name, so we gave it the name of Millie. We've had it to the mechanic, and we're pretty happy with it. It's just basically been stuff like wherever there's rubber seals and things like that, because it's just been sitting around for about 20 years. So those things have needed replacing. And like all the rubber seals and stuff like on the air system. I'm gonna go that way. So we got a pretty awesome deal. A bus is 11 meters long. That was a hell of a learning curve. Never driven a bus or a heavy vehicle in my life, so I had to get my bus license, which was so to get your bus license, well, to get your heavy vehicle license, basically drive around in a truck all day, and they kind of test you at the same time. So that was nerve-wracking. But I passed. Hurrah. Scared the whole time. So yeah, it's taken a bit of getting used to, but I'm now actually quite happy driving it around. I wouldn't mind getting a reverse camera, because it's pretty hard to judge where the back of a bus is when it's that long. Sebastian, they are gold. They're gold or a UHF. I'll tell you how far you have to go. Lol. I had gold or a UHF for the wife to tell you how far you have to go. I'm not quite sure what you mean. UHF being too, I'm not sure about the gold. Anyway. Keep merging that down, go with another layer for PM. UHF radio, yeah. Don't have a UHF radio. It's probably good, because I'd probably just hear the truck drivers complaining about me. However, I do sit on between 90 and 100 kilometers an hour. So I don't get too much grief from the truck drivers. I might when I've got the full water tanks loaded. Because the gross vehicle mass is gold. Reversing camera, I see. Yep. So yeah, I sit around 90 to 100 kilometers an hour. And haven't had too many issues. But the one problem I had was last time I drove it, had a road train up my bum. Like literally about a few feet off the back of the car, off of a bus, and I was sitting somewhere between 90 and 100, like the road just wouldn't allow me to go any faster because the air ride suspension and the air ride seats just have you bouncing all over the place, and it's quite nerve-wracking because it was quite so close behind, but I couldn't even really pull over properly. So eventually found a truck stop I could kind of pull over into. But yeah, some people are on a mission. And the last how, that's why the UFS is good to have a truck to back off, yeah. Yeah. I'll tell him to do something a bit stronger than that. These people want to die? Don't they know they're driving, how many tons of metal they're driving? Because he's not going to be able to stop if I have to stop. So the bus, the bus is probably currently about 10 tonne. It's got like a gross vehicle mass of 16.5 tonne. So that's a lot of metal to have to stop. You know, that's just my opinion. What would I know? So let's get now. Next time I do a live, comments don't go right across the screen. See if I can do something now. No. No, they're locked in. I did hit lock for comments on the screen. So I didn't realise they'd go all the way across. Anyway, I will keep learning, not only about drawing, but I'll keep learning about live streaming. Because I just want to try and keep getting better at doing this and actually making it flow well and all that kind of stuff. Too close. That was unfortunate, ran out of screen. There we go, the arched window. So, Seb and Juliet, do you check out much stuff on YouTube normally? I don't know if I would normally, but since I've been doing stuff on YouTube, I've been checking it out more and more. Seems to certainly be a good alternative to watching the telly, especially, I mean, for me, I'm following a lot of artists, learning. God, YouTube is so good for learning stuff. Especially when you're using a new program like I am. This is drawing software, it's called Procreate, and it's amazing software, but there's so much to learn. And so I spend a lot of time on YouTube just trying to figure out, how do you do that? How do you do this? And then being amazed by other things where you realise, oh, you can do that. Didn't realise you could do that. Still got a lot to learn, but I think this is a program for me. I do have a list of sites to visit if we travel around Australia. Love watching your work. Juliet uses it for music. Yeah. Do you have like the I know you can pay for like a Premiere kind of version. You can get it without ads. Now, am I doing the right thing? Yes, I am. So this whole Elijah and Crumpet book series, I mean, Elijah and Crumpet are YouTubers from Queensland, and Elijah is a young boy with Down syndrome, and Crumpet, his dad plays Crumpet as their monkey, and they have a YouTube channel kind of basically raising Down syndrome awareness in a fun way, and kind of just showing what kids with Down syndrome are capable of, rather than, you know, if it need some positive news stories. And so they live in Queensland, these YouTubers that I met just by doing my stuff online, and saw that I wanted to do kids books on Instagram, and just hit me up one day and said, "Oh, we've got an idea for a kids book, do you want to give it a go?" It started off, I just drew a picture for them, and they really liked it, and then it gradually progressed towards doing one kids book, and then progressed to doing another kids book. There's even more on the cards. I just got to work out my system for getting them done faster. My tendency is always to, like, put in extra detail and all this kind of stuff. It's like I'll put in extra detail. So, yes, we pay for family, like support local people on YouTube. Yeah, cool. Yes, it definitely helps me. It'd be good to get to a point where I could get ad revenue off YouTube as well. That's one goal. Not that you get much, but yeah, ad revenue is there. You don't get that until you're got 1,000 subscribers and got 4,000 hours of watch time, which is a bit harsh considering I've got 300 subscribers, and I don't know how many hours of watch time I've got. It's 4,000 hours in the last year. So I'm not really, I've got a ways to go. I've got a bit of work to do. But if I'm doing live streams, I might get my 4,000 hours up. Yeah, so where was I going with it? So we're going with a Queenslander style home. Because I live in Queensland. So I think I got distracted. My brain's all over the place talking while I'm drawing. And so yeah, I think you might have already seen them, but Elijah and Crumpet, they've got their YouTube channel called Elijah and Crumpet. If you want to check those guys out, see what they're up to. So to be in a bit of a play school theme, the first house I had square windows, and you know, you've got to go arch windows. I think maybe the next house might have diamonds. Maybe not. I don't see many houses around with diamond windows. I'm going to try and nail this one. Hold it still. Ah, oh, nice. Can I do it twice? That's the question. Oh yeah. It's a long time to hold your breath. I tend to hold my breath when I do those kind of lines. Not very healthy unless you're doing the Wim Hof technique. I've been doing a bit of a Wim Hof technique, not as much as I should. You guys should check it out, it's pretty cool. One of the things is, like, he does cold exposure. He's also known as the Iceman. Part of a routine is kind of breath work where you over oxygenate your body by doing lots of deep breaths, and then you hold your breath. And I've been managing to get up to breath holds of about 3 minutes, which is surprising. Uh-oh. Might be the end of a live stream. See if I'm quiet, see if I go back to sleep. Trying to work out what layer I'm on. Not that one, maybe that one. Here we go. Go to sleep, little one. No, that sounds like an awake kid. Thanks, Juliet and Seb, for dropping in. You should be able to see the next of this drawing pop up at the beginning of tomorrow's live. So have a great night, and we'll catch up next time. Bye.